Hi, I'm Seshpal Oberoi and welcome to the Seshpal Oberoi Media. So today a huge event has happened in the world of football. Jose Mourinho has been sacked by Manchester United. I repeat, Jose Mourinho has been sacked by Manchester United. Now there are two things which has happened for the first time in my entire lifetime. Manchester United has sacked a manager during mid-season for the first time in my lifetime. And Jose Mourinho has been sacked by a club without winning a league title for the first time in my lifetime. That's how far Manchester United and Jose Mourinho have fallen. It's crazy. So in a way, they're kind of a match for each other. But really, this on a serious note, the sacking was inevitable. Uh, the fact is that a dark cloud has been lifted over Manchester United because of the negative atmosphere among the within the club and among the players and among the fans and even the staff. I would say this negativity had seeped in. Uh, it is a good decision by Manchester United to sack Jose Mourinho because the performances were just not there, especially this season. Uh, they lost 3-1 against West Ham. They lost 3-2 against Brighton. Lost 3-1 against City. 3-1 against Liverpool. Then 3-0 against Spurs. And also that, shambolic loss in the Capital One Cup or whatever it's called, Carabao Cup against Derby. Those six results really messed up Mourinho's time this season at least. But the fact is that the rot had set in after Alexis Sanchez had been signed by Manchester United. Uh, Before that, Anthony Martial, Henrik Mkhitaryan, Marcus Rashford, and Romelu Lukaku were on fire. And the Sanchez signing really set the tone for Manchester United's downfall under Jose Mourinho. If he wouldn't have been signed, probably the Sevilla game, which was the turning point for most fans to go Jose out, would not have happened. Because before that, the team was so fluid in the style of play, and they were playing exactly the way Mourinho wanted them to play and set them up to play. The Sevilla game was one where Mourinho's own qualities backfired upon him. I mean, he was a kind of manager who set up a low block system and a very counter-attacking system, and he is a manager who set up a team to have fewer mistakes than the opposition. Unfortunately, in that game, it backfired on him, and the fact that they lost at home to Sevilla after drawing the away leg 0-0 was a huge catalyst in everything happening. Especially the rant after that, where he talked about football heritage and Sevilla winning 3 Europa Leagues in a row, which is true, okay. But Manchester United is a club which focuses on winning titles. And the most important titles for Manchester United are the Premier League and the Champions League. Yes, the FA Cup, Europa League, all that, and the Carabao Cup are good trophies to win, but Manchester United simply don't prioritize such, trophies. Now, I've got a lot of respect for Jose Mourinho, and I'm not a Manchester United fan. It's a disclaimer, right? I support Chelsea, and I've got a lot of time for him, and I respect him a lot. But the fact is that football fans and just people in general are fickle. And when a manager and team are performing well, everyone's going to love them and accept that they're getting good results. And when a team is performing badly, of course, fans are going to turn on the manager and players. Uh, there is some role of the players as well. The players are not completely blameless, in my opinion. Okay, yes, there has been a toxic atmosphere in the dressing room at Manchester United, but the fact is, some of the players there are just not good enough. You know, let's take the case of Phil Jones or Marcus Rojo, Marouane Fellaini, even though he has his uses, and Ashley Young, Antonio Valencia, Matteo Darmian, Romelu Lukaku, Nemanja Matic. They're just not good enough players at the moment, especially Romelu Lukaku and Matic. I mean, Matic is declining at the moment, and he'll only continue to decline. I think for Lukaku, there's still a little bit of hope if his first touch can be, coached and improved upon on a regular basis in training, and if he can, trim down the fat or yeah, trim down his bulky shape at the moment. Maybe he can sort his United career out. Even Alexis Sanchez, come on, he has been a flop this season. This season, ever since he signed for Manchester United, and just hasn't worked. There are certain players I feel sorry for at Manchester United, and it includes Paul Pogba, Fred, and Andres Pereira. Now, Manchester United is a club which focuses on free-flowing attacking football with wing play. And the ideal midfield for Manchester United has to be Pogba, Fred, and Andreas Pereira, or it can be, Pogba, Fred, and Ander Herrera, for that matter. But playing Matic, playing Fellaini in the midfield when it's clearly not the game just doesn't suit them so much. It's pointless, really. Even players like Eric Bailly, they have been benched. He has been benched for like 3 months or something, and he's just been brought back in. It just doesn't make sense. The selections. Okay, Scott McTominay has been used as a pawn to prove a point to the Manchester United board, and sometimes even Paul Pogba about what happens when a player obeys his orders, but that's something that shouldn't really happen. It's nice. I mean, the youth development at Manchester United must continue, but not at the expense of the performance of the club in general. Jose Mourinho is a manager who has been brought for instant success, and he has failed to do that. That Europa League win in the first season against Ajax papered over all the cracks for at least 2 seasons. And him not delivering the title the second season was kind of the death blow of his Manchester United career. And if he wouldn't have performed well this third season, which he hasn't, he would have been sacked anyway. Yes, and Manchester United have spent a lot of money, like 400 million. But this squad right now, at the moment, it doesn't really need any investment as such drastically. Yes, needs gradual investment in good defenders, and good midfielders. But in terms of the attack, they've got players like Marcus Rashford, Jesse Lingard, Anthony Martial, even Romelu Lukaku and Alexis Sanchez. They can perform better under a different manager, a more attacking manager. Players like Mason Greenwood, the youngster in the youth setup, they can do a good job under a different manager who is more attacking and who plays a more free-flowing style of football, which Manchester United fans identify with. Now, people talk about a similar situation happening at Chelsea. What happened at Chelsea is completely different. It is completely, very, very different circumstances, very different cases, very different situations. Now, I would say at Chelsea, I think he really seemed to try to get things right, and he failed. I just don't think like at Manchester United he really tried to get things right, and he didn't really care. I just think he just didn't really care to sort out the situation. The fact that Rui Faria left the club also caused a lot of problems for him because Rui Faria has been his sidekick, his assistant since the start of his career, and that obviously losing a long-term employee or long-term assistant of yours who you confide in and who you know trust a lot has got to hurt any person, not just Jose Mourinho. It's gonna impact. It's gonna cause some sort of impact at least, and it has really shown. In the end, it just wasn't meant to be for Manchester United. I mean, I support Chelsea, and I fear the fact that if the fact that Mourinho went to Manchester United and he could possibly win the title for them, which hasn't happened, and that's so unfortunate at the moment, and that's so unfortunate, and that is a lot of it is down to him as well. I mean, prioritizing some of the wrong players, and it just didn't really work. And yeah, Jose Mourinho was a problem in Manchester United, but come on, man, the board is a bigger issue in that club. The board is a huge issue. Like they care about making money more than the football side of things. You know, they would rather get a noodle sponsor, they would rather get a shirt sponsor, or they would rather get a commercial deal done or the benefit of the football club. I mean, once you start running a football club like a business, the football aspect of it is lost. It means that you're not caring about the most important part of a football club, which is the fans. The fans are the lifeblood of any football club. Even the ones which are run by oil money and all that stuff and all sort of external investment rather. The fans are the most important. What can I say? It just wasn't meant to be. And thank you for watching this video. It is a turning point for Jose Mourinho's career, and his career is at a crossroads at the moment. It will be interesting to see in which direction Manchester United go and Jose Mourinho go. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed watching it.